It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Carolina Panthers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
On one, ready?
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Play action. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
The sack goes to Damian Wilson.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And they're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Derek Brown, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30.
Good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
1st and goal from the 3.
McCaffrey, oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal. Now Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start. It's certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock. Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Bengals at 3-5, 2 games under 500. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Here we go.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that earlier.
A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Burrow. And he's past his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Mixon hit, and the ball is out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Brown. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks are starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
They were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But I also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw, Mayfield. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. So the completion good for 6 yards. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That probably reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mayfield now. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Throwing, Mayfield. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Mayfield looks to throw. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That pass complete to Moore. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And it's no good. Gonzalez pulled it, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
A partner, a lot of kickers in this spot like to aim at the right upright and just draw it back down the center. This one looked like it was aimed at the left upright and just kept bending away.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Give them 17. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Looking to throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He made his first attempt, this from 45. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Oh, that's a big let off there on 3rd down, because you've got to account for the running back coming out of the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a 1st down, but for big yardage as well.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the third quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
Mayfield to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
throw it up on you.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Checking the NFL scoreboard, they're in the 3rd at MetLife Stadium. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And some room to work. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's got room. Touchdown, Carolina.
That makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
And, oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Mixing up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Burrow. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
And that's now a half dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because, CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Mayfield. He's going to look deep for more. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are right back in this football game.
Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line.
With such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Again, McCaffrey, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Christian McCaffrey.
His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Panthers add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And the Bengals.
First down. Here's Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick.
And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 15.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hurry!
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey.
121 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And now the Bengals are going to call it another timeout. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And that's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Mayfield now from the 50. Here's Fuller with a catch. Touchdown, Carolina. Will Fuller, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On one, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D.
Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. This is caught inside the 15. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. McCaffrey. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guy.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Carolina, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11.
Come alive in the dark.